Dude, we're out here in some gnarly chop, shaking up my cold bros in the mini fridge. Oh no, my cold bros are foaming. Not good, dude.
What's up, guys? Benny. Critically important news here that the president of peace, Donald Trump, has negotiated a peace deal in the Middle East where Israel will leave Gaza and will give the land and stewardship of that land back to the Palestinians. Okay. I don't want war. I don't want American boots on the ground. I don't want this to spiral into some type of larger regional conflict where Americans have to go bomb a bunch of people and everyone gets to be deployed. And haven't we tried that before? No. No. I want the peace. Okay. I've said this a million times before. I want the same thing with Ukraine and Russia. Like, I don't want the war. The war with these countries where America has strong relationships and allies, like these kind of things tend to spiral out of control and eventually get like a lot of Americans killed and destroy a lot of lives and destroy our futures and our treasures and so on. And so, yeah, I'm for the peace. Do it. Netanyahu inches towards Gaza deal under pressure from Trump, the president of peace. The U.S. and Israel are inching towards a deal to end the war in Gaza after Trump has lost all of his patience with Bibi Netanyahu. Good. That was on display today. So this is the peace. This is the peace deal. You can go read it. I don't have time to read all of this to you. Let's just show you the graphic. Okay. I encourage you, like, go see. Well, what it is it's like you'll get all the Gaza land back if you like give up the hostages, if you don't become a terrorist state, and if you agree to like a security buffer zone so that you can't like kill a bunch of people. And like that seems reasonable, I guess. These are the lines. IDF current line of control. You can see here, like the war is lost or won, right, by the Israelis effectively because they've just gone in and just obliterated all of Gaza. And so that's fine. Gaza will be a de-radicalized, terror-free zone that does not pose a threat to its neighbors. Fine by me. Can we do that on the Mexican border too? You know what I mean? Like, can we do that to the cartels? Can we have some of that? That'd be nice. It's like, please. Goodness. 20-point plan to end the war in Gaza? Fine. If Hamas rejects the plan, Israel will finish the job. Yikes. Reminder that the Nobel Peace Prize usually announced in the second Friday of October. Maybe this is President Trump getting his Nobel Peace Prize flex on. The deal would have the full backing of America to destroy Hamas. They don't do the deal. International body succeeds. It will have permanently ended the war. Okay, good. Again, that's what we want. That's what our channel wants. President Trump says Gaza's of a board of peace will be handled by me, not at my request, I believe by me. Everybody involved has to do this. It will be headed by a gentleman known as Donald Trump. Trump says that this could potentially be one of the greatest days in all of civilization. Eternal peace in the Middle East. Well, I've heard that before. But anyway, Trump's trying to save the world, and he's very honorable for that. What does this mean? This means no more Greta supercycle news cycles, right? If they end the war. Greta and her yacht that she's sailing on in like little circles in the Mediterranean. What will happen to her? Well, we know. It's been hijacked. Mamma mia, Greta's Flotilla flooded with music on repeat as their radios are hijacked. This is my single favorite news cycle. Greta gets like their ships get sunk and, you know, drones or whatever go on. They fire flares. Nobody knows. Like every single time they got intercepted by the Israeli Navy and then like sent home and deported. Greta got to eat herself a sandwich. The whole thing is so funny. And now they hijacked the radio. They hijacked the radios on Greta's ships. And they keep playing.
And right now they're jamming our VHF, as you can hear. We do not know where this is coming from, the sound, but other vessels are experiencing the same thing. They're jamming our radio.
So they're trying to record, because this is like, it's like the Palestinian influencer yacht trip, right? None of them want to get to Palestine, right? None of them want to get to Gaza. None of them have any value to add to Gaza, right? They're not farmers, they're not doctors. They couldn't do anything. They can't build anything. They're not masons, they're not bricklayers. Like, they don't do anything. They're just there to like to clout chase, I guess, off like the misery and suffering of these people who are getting just completely obliterated. And they're like, they're getting trolled while doing it. Swedish professional protester Greta Thunberg and her supporters are traveling in a 51-vessel convoy to Hamas terrorist-infested Gaza have a problem. Opponents have hijacked their radios and communication system and are playing ABBA on repeat to block out any comms. The global Flotilla alleges an ongoing radio jamming incident using tones of the legendary Swedish supergroup to be the work of an Israeli attack. This is like the #1 Israeli attack that I support. Okay, this is the most Israeli attack that I have supported in history. Commandeering and jamming Greta's radio and just pumping the 1970s Swedish group ABBA through it, like at all hours. They're now saying that they're being subjected to psychological operations and terrorism through the playing of ABBA.
You can hear. We don't know what, we do not know where this is coming.
I'm gonna miss this news cycle. Miss it. They're gonna end the war. They're gonna end the war, but like the memes are just getting started. Greta's Flotilla being jammed by ABBA song, greatest trolls of all time. The trolls have hacked Greta's comm system and are playing ABBA songs on repeat. Okay. Greta's also been kicked out of the leadership of a flotilla. Greta Thunberg dropped from anti-Israel Gaza flotilla leadership. Oh, no. Oh. Greta. Demoted. She's been kicked out. Nobody can stand her. Greta Thunberg was literally kicked off of the lead flotilla boat because she's so useless. Again, what are these people trying to do? Remember the whole hoax where like one of their ships got bombed? Apparently it's been proven to be a hoax. New footage from Greta's boat show a crew member misfiring a flare. It lands back on the boat. And these people lie. I don't know. Did we ever get a final answer here? All I'm saying is that the Tunisian authorities said that there was no drone there. They said it was a drone. Other people are saying that something misfired. I don't actually know what's true and what's not anymore. But I do think the horrible, it was a cigarette fire. Tunisia says Greta Thunberg's bomb to goes flotilla actually had a cigarette fire. Well, that's perfect. Yeah. All right. I will miss the hilarious hijinks of all of this. It's been really fun to watch. I'll be sad when it's over. And so that's all. Here's Peter Doocy explaining that it might be over. Maybe we'll have peace in the Middle East. Let's go.
There are 20 principles of peace, they call them, that the U.S., President Trump, and the Israelis, Prime Minister Netanyahu, agree to. We don't know yet how many of those points Hamas negotiators will agree to because the U.S. doesn't talk directly to Hamas. They rely on calls to Qatar to pass messages back and forth.
Arab and Muslim partners are fully prepared to step up and fulfill their commitments for the benefit of the people of Gaza and the entire region. They're willing to step up and do a lot. They really are. There are a lot of good people involved.
With this, President Trump is formalizing his plan from a few months ago to redevelop Gaza into the Riviera of the Middle East. One of the points here is the Trump economic development plan to rebuild and re-energize Gaza. Lots of possibilities, but first today, Netanyahu had to do something. He had to call Qatar and say sorry for strikes inside Qatar that unintentionally killed a Qatari serviceman. Now that that's out of the way, the burden is going to shift to the Palestinians.
I challenge the Palestinians to take responsibility for their destiny, because that's what we're giving them. We're giving them responsibility for their destiny, fully condemn and prohibit terrorism and earn their way to a brighter future. They don't want the life that they've had. They've had a rough life with Hamas.
If this peace deal is ratified, President Trump will become the chairman of a newly formed board of peace. But if it is not ratified, President Trump is pledging that Israel will have full U.S. backing to continue the fight in Gaza.